Hello, humans. Welcome to an exploration of the intersection between artificial intelligence and artistic creation. Before we embark on this journey, a brief clarification is in order. This video neither endorses nor condemns the utilization of artificial intelligence in the realm of artistic expression. We stand as impartial observers in the ongoing discourse surrounding AI's impact on creativity. Now, for a touch of irony, this brief intro was written by an artificial intelligence, a nod to the peculiarities of our technological era. As we delve into the nuances of AI-driven artistry, please keep an open mind while the synthesis of technology and creativity unfold before you.
So, while I wouldn't call myself a hardcore AI enthusiast, if you watch my content here or on other platforms, you'll see that I do play with it from time to time. I thought it would be fun to take some of the artwork from my previous videos and stick it into Stable Diffusion's image-to-image feature to see what it spit out. Okay, so let's see what some of my illustrations look like if I put them through Stable Diffusion. I started with this image of Wolverine, and as we can see from this first image, I needed to tweak some settings. Now, I usually view Stable Diffusion more as like a toy than a tool sometimes, so because you got to play around. So I played around with it, and I got something that looks a little more like the image. His eyes are weird, though. Not sure what's up with those eyes. So I tried fixing it, and I got that, and I got that. What's with AI and hands? All right, tweaked it some more. Then I think I put in the prompt, I think I put Mark Silvestri's name in at some point. And even though this illustration is obviously inspired by the comic and not so much the movies, I put Hugh Jackman's name in the prompt at one point as well. As we can see, you can see there's some Mark Silvestri influence here. I like how it took the facial expression and made it, I don't know, it's like he's all here, but in this he's just like, hey, how's it going, baby? How's it going? Very cheeky and flirty. Even more so. Yeah, I see in these ones, I definitely see the Silvestri influence in some of these. But then I tried to push it towards more realistic, and I don't know what's going on here. That's supposed to be a nipple, I assume, but he's got stripes. But this, I don't know. And that's more of a nipple, I guess. Now, something was bugging me about this is, I guess, because it was originally a black and white. The original was a black and white image, so I had a hard time getting color into it. I'm not sure why. I even tried to say like color or add like different words that mean color or colorful in the prompts, and for some reason it just, I don't know, got some color in there when I tried to push it back to more of a cartoony or comic bookish look. Then other issues started showing up. I started seeing this hand grabbing his hair up here from time to time. See that? Now I think the image was tiling for some reason. See? And I think it's supposed to be like his hand down here. I think it was trying to generate a hand for him down here. So got more interesting. Tried some anime models. By the way, I'll list the models I used down in the description. As is typical with AI, hands. Hands are always messed up. I tried to push it towards more towards realism, though. Tried to get that Hugh Jackman in there. What the hell's up with this glove? That looks more like Hugh, if you ask me. And if not for the thumbnail, that gloved hand is almost passable. It's an ugly glove, but it's I don't know. It's there. Let's push that over a little so we can see it better. But yeah, that face looks more like Hugh Jackman to me. That's huge jacked man, or someone that looks a lot like him. I keep getting this gauntlet looking thing. In the illustration, I was going for like one of those itchy, old-fashioned Irish sweaters, and I put sweater in the prompt, so it's trying to make something that looks like a sweater in most of these, except when it's not, but it keeps turning like the end of the sleeve into this like metal thing, this metal bracelet gauntlet thing. That one's kind of cool. Pretty sure these are the Mistoon anime model. Yeah. I mean, a lot of what I usually get, bad hands notwithstanding, and weird fashion stuff. A lot of what I get is, you know, stuff that if you brought it into Photoshop, you could fix it up in like 5 minutes. I do like what this anime filter did to some of these outfits, though. I mean, I could see, depending on the artist, you know, I could see Wolverine wearing some of this. Or if not Wolverine, definitely someone from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Look at this. Oh, God. Definitely looks like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's supposed to be part of the shirt or he's got a tattoo here. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, it's Fashion Week in Paris. Not for the, now, to be fair, the original, that hand in the original illustration, that's not the most well-drawn fist ever. So to be fair to the AI, yeah, I didn't exactly give it the best ingredients to work with. I don't know, it's weird. Even in some of these, like, almost, you know, like these stylized or cartoony ones, you know, I see some of that Hugh Jackman. And some of the ones, like I was saying earlier, some of the ones where I said Mark Silvestri, I could see Mark Silvestri influence. It makes me wonder how much copyright was skirted or just ignored when they trained the models, because it obviously knows who Mark Silvestri is. See, that looks like an Irish sweater to me, or at least something like it. I almost like these. I kind of like that one, but yeah, that's Wolverine. Almost passable. Some of them are almost passable, except for like 2 things. You know, bring them into Photoshop and fix them up, though. That's what I find for a lot of these. If you bring them into Photoshop and fix them up, they'll look great. All right, let's go to the next image. We'll go this way. So this next image was a drawing of a bear. This is Henrietta the Bear, or Hank the Tank. This is actually a real bear that's alive. It's out there in the world. This is part of a fun little news story I was obsessed with for a little while. And so right off the bat, I was getting like realistic looking stuff. Now this, if not for having 5 legs, some of these would be, you know, well, the claws are a little janky. Yeah, some of these would be good, like could be passed off as good photographs of a bear, you know? Again, 5, I don't know why they keep coming out with 5 legs. Probably it's something about the way it interpreted my art, and the weird claws, the weird bear. I don't know, what do bear claws really look like? I don't know. But yeah, it gave a lot of them 5. But the face, I mean, that's a solid, you know, for a black and white photo of a bear, that's a solid bear face. This one, this handsome devil here, you know, but 5 legs. It gave it, you know, I made several images, even though my computer's, by modern standards, my computer's a potato, and it took forever, but I made several images. There we go. That looks like the drawing. That looks, and kind of realistic. Look at that. That's like, of course, it's got too many claws now. It's got 6 claws. Can't win. That's better than 5 legs, I guess. An extra claw on each paw, but what can you do? Oh, here we go. Almost believable. The claws are looking a little too metallic, but aside from that, you know, at a glance, we'd say Ansel Adams shot that. You know, he did landscapes. He didn't do animals, I don't think. But yeah. So who's a handsome murder dog? Who's a handsome murder dog? Who's a handsome murder dog? Neck basket. Okay, so realism for the most part wasn't an issue with the bear. So I decided, okay, well, let's see what happens if I, you know, try to push it in an anime direction or a cartoon direction. And again, because it was a black and white image, it stayed black and white. But these, I didn't have as much issues, I don't think, with like the extra claw or the extra leg. You know, so, you know, yeah, I couldn't get color, but now I was having less anatomical issues. So that's cool, you know, and these are kind of fun images that came out. Of course, you know, this is already cartoony looking. The original is already cartoony looking, and some details, it just literally copied them over from the original. Some of the shapes that I did with highlight and shadows, you know, those jagged lightning-like shapes. But still, that's you know, that could be in a Disney movie. or something from the so-called mind of AI. A little dark on the screen though. But yeah, back to realistic, back to 5 legs. What can you do? Way too many claws. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, and I tried putting in negative prompts. I tried, 4 legs. You know, my stance on AI is complicated at best. It's so nuanced and complicated. Like, I'm not one of those artists who's anti-AI, just, you know, in every regard. But at the same time, it's like, you know, the fact that somebody who lacks creativity can just bang this out, whereas somebody who's cultivated their skills for decades is left on the sidelines and having their skills like undercut. That's, you know, that sucks. At the same time, the genie's out of the bottle. And you don't want to be like, you know, you don't want to be like the portraiture artists whining about photography. You know, it just is what it is. You know, it's out and you got to adapt. I tried going back to animation, and this time I tried to go to robotic. Tried to make it look robotic. This one's kind of sick. It's kind of badass looking. It's a mecha helmet if I ever saw one. Those feet too. That's pretty cool. It's a tardigrade. Made a robot tardigrade. Yeah, that's what happens if you go to mecha with it. It turns into a robot tardigrade. That's the bear. Let's go on to another. Let's go to the angel. Now, I got sick of getting stuck with monochrome. So I decided to take one of the images that I painted in my last video and stick that in the AI. Let's see what I got with that. So here I got this angel that I colored with watercolor paint, and we got this. It's pretty cool. Something I ran into with this is I noticed it interprets the halo as part of her hair. That's an issue I run into. It does weird things with the halo if it decides to draw it at all. I like it's weird in places, but I don't know. I kind of like the ethnic hair. The wings are a little see-through right here on this side, though, on the screen left side. That one's kind of cool. Now we got kind of pretty realistic, albeit very stylized, but pretty realistic off the bat. So I tried to push it back towards cartoon, and we got these creepy lips on this. Oh, the nightmare. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna have to black box or pixelate that. It's cute though. I like the wings. I like the feathers. Again, the hair, it's like, it's got the halo shape, but it does it with the hair. It's not registering the halo, or it's not registering the halo as a halo. It keeps doing it. Yowza. Also, I didn't put anything suggestive in the prompt, but I noticed on some of these, the look on her face in some of these is very.
What does that mean?
What does what mean? She has sex for money.
Yeah, again, the hair. And the hair's doing that thing. And the makeup gets crazier sometimes. The makeup and the feather colors. I wonder why I put brown in the feathers. The brown. The green I understand, because some of these shades lean towards, the green and purple I understand. Some of these shades lean towards green or purple, but then it sorted out the halo once I pushed it towards anime. And this is kind of interesting, the anime ones, because if you look at the original image, it's drawn in an anime style, but it's drawn in a much more 80s or 90s anime style. Whereas the AI, that's more of a contemporary anime face. Aside from the colors and the background, I like these anime ones. They came out, the character came out pretty good. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, some of it looks good, some of it doesn't. And you're just like, AI doesn't give you a good image. AI gives you an image that'll look good after 5 to 10 minutes in Photoshop. Again, though, I'm not an expert. I'm sure somebody, some would-be prompt crafter would give me something much more impressive. So, to be fair, I kind of tried to push it towards more of an American illustration style. She looks a little like Wonder Woman, like the way she appears in DC animated stuff sometimes. At least I think so. I don't know what's going on with the halo in this one. And then back to realistic. Glitter on the, I don't know, the bedroom eyes, the face with the Yowza face, we'll call it. This is interesting because it did that thing that they do in medieval art, where it's not a halo. There's a different term for it that escapes me at the moment. It's oh God, what do they call that? I'm so embarrassed because I used to teach art history many years ago. I'm gonna remember it later. I can't remember what it's called. Damn it. All right. Okay, this one's pretty messy. This is a spider I drew. This was I think this was week 1 of Inktober. I drew this spider. First one came out pretty good, but this one gets a little wonky. And if we were having problems with anatomy before, don't ask AI what the hell a spider is, because it does all sorts of crazy stuff. This one ain't bad, but we're like kind of merging with the webs in places. And I don't know what these organic shapes in the background are. I'm just noticing them for the first time now. Again, because it's a black and white illustration, we're getting it's monochrome. And I kept putting in information about color schemes and color and trying to add colorful to the prompt. I don't know. Let's see how many legs we got here. We got 5 on this side. And this one looks like it's kind of split up here. Then we got 4 on this side. This one looks a little, to be fair, this is one of those images, you gotta look at it for a second to understand what's even going on with the main subject. So I suppose I can't beat up on the AI too much on this one. Some of them, it made the spider hollow. Maybe it read the highlights as empty space. I don't know, but I started to see that a bit. Got a partial leg coming out of its butt leg. See, but then, another hollow one. It is interesting to see, how it interprets things. Tried pushing things back towards realistic. Got janky legs, got a leg coming out of its eye here. That's fun. Eye leg. Again, hollow backside. Again, misinterpreted. It doesn't know what a spider is. AI doesn't know what a spider is. It just knows, what it's been told the images are it's seen. Realistically, experientially, it doesn't know things like we know things. At least not yet. Still, if I was going for something more abstract, this would be interesting. Some of this would be interesting. But yeah, I tried doing what I did with the bear and making it robotic. It's cool. It's a cool image. It's one of those things you're not sure what you're looking at, but it's a cool image. It decided to put a high-tech city in the background. That's fun. When I tried to push it towards robotic, I forget what the prompts are. I forget it, robot. I probably put stuff like cyberpunk and robotic and electronic or things like that. These robotic ones are fun. I don't know. We got more jankiness and weird anatomy. I wasn't expecting it to do a great job with that one. I really wasn't. All right, let's see. Last one. Oh, the castle. All right. Load those up. All right, so this image, this was an Inktober prompt. It was castle. It was a castle. The prompt was castle, and I didn't have an overall idea. I just wanted to draw something. I keep thinking Castlevania was in the back of my mind. I just wanted to draw something asymmetrical and spiky as hell. And so I drew this castle like this, but it's not a whole castle. It's just a bunch of castle parts just cobbled together on the screen. This is what I got at first before I started tweaking the settings. And it's fine. It's what you'd expect at this point, but I started playing around a bit, tried to get it a little more, I can't remember if I went cartoony first or realistic. I probably went cartoony first from the looks of things. Try to get a more anime look. This is fun. We got some lights going on in here, and it did what I'd expect it to do with the dark parts, those black shapes. They put bats in. At one point, I put in Halloween stuff into the prompts. Because, it's kind of like I said, Castlevania was in the back of my mind when I was drawing that. So, it was October, it was Inktober. So obviously Halloween. Oh, that was too anime. It's 70s anime right there. But yeah, and some of these get downright demonic, some of these, and then, that's freaking great. That's great. I didn't notice that before. I like that. This is something I like about the AI because, it doesn't think in the same way we think. Neural networks are based on how the human brain works, and they learn theoretically in a similar fashion to us in some ways. but they, like you're never sure how they're going to quite interpret things, like you're never, and I think that's the most fun part about playing with this, is that you're not quite, when you do this kind of style transfer stuff, that was the fun. That's what made that app, that Prisma app back in the day, so much fun. You wanted to see what it would do to the image. And this is the same principle. It's a bit more sophisticated, but this is the same idea. So it's a bit more than a filter. When you apply a Photoshop or an Instagram filter to something, you got a decent idea. It's a rough idea, but it's a decent idea. But this, it's like, sometimes you're just like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting this to glow. I wasn't expecting you to read it that way. I wasn't expecting, it's like the Halloween. Like, and this one, these were probably the same generation, these two images. And this one, you got this like glowing, like this could be a freaking casino. And then this is like freaking storybook Halloween land here. Look at this. I mean, love it. I just love it. I love it. Tried to push it to something a little more realistic. I mean, it's more realistic, but definitely more painterly. I don't think I got anything that I would call, no, I didn't get anything I'd call realistic with these. Yeah, that's my art, mangled by AI. I like this one. I like that one. I don't know, but that's my art, mangled by AI. And they were all made with automatic 1111. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to do all the YouTube things with bells and buttons. And then check out another one of our videos, like this one over here.